Hello there. Welcome to your program, Security Reports, where we get you informed, educated, enlightened, and most importantly updated on security issues anywhere it is happening. I remain yours and only, Ernest Enuneku.
And I, Shirley Daniels.
Well, we're beginning today's program with the successes recorded so far by the Nigerian police, talking about Operation Puff Adder. Now, the operation that was set up basically to checkmate the menace happening in the northeast, north central, and the northwestern part of the country. Now, recently, a publication was made that they have actually arrested 93 suspects and a lot of ammunition, talking about one rocket launcher, a number of AK-47 and locally made weapons, and over 500 live ammunition. They have done a lot, and I think it's good to actually commend them for a job well done.
Yeah, the Nigerian police have really shown their activeness in making sure that the country is safe. I think they are really trying. Yes, they are really doing their best.
Well, that's why we are here today at the Zuba Kaduna Road to actually ask motorists, drivers, commuters, passengers all they have to say concerning the efforts of the Nigerian police in ensuring that this Zuba Kaduna Road is free for them to fly on. And we actually got a lot of feedback from them. We will get you the response from drivers and passengers right now.
This is my first time of going to Kano, and that's why I'm actually going with my sister on a business trip. Actually heard the road has been bad due to the situations in the country, lack of securities and all of that. I actually had the plans of going through train, but I think as at last week I read the news that our president has actually done something about it, that the road is now okay and free. So I just feel I feel it's more comfortable for me traveling on road because I had not gone on train before, and I just want to do what I'm used to. But I think right now the security is kind of better than those days or those years where it was more dangerous, and they're really trying. I don't really have much to say about it, but I think the president is doing something about the security conditions in the country.
For my understanding, it's safe. You understand? So far, now it's safe because the military, they are trying their best. That according to a kind of what I've heard from my friends and even myself that have been traveling the road, it's not like before. It's better now traveling on road.
Do you have any expectation from the security agencies? Is there anything you still want them to do?
They need to buckle up and they need to do more, and if they can deploy this kind of surveillance drone, that will be a kind of reconnaissance drone that will be parading around. That's just one thing I expect.
I've not used train before, even though recently so many people have talked to me to try it. I've not considered it though, but I think it's safer. If I heard that the number of people now using train is massive, and at times some people even don't get space or something, so I think it's safer to use train, but it's costly. Train is more expensive than using car.
Traveling by train is better, but the amount that they are carrying is too much.
Why do you say traveling by train? Is it because of the security or what?
No, it's more faster, and even safety. Not about the security now. I'm talking about safety of the road, because this road is doubling and some drivers are driving recklessly. But the train is more safer. But the price is too much. That's the problem.
So security-wise, what would you have to say about the road?
Security now is okay, but before it's not okay. So if there's insecurity in the road, I prefer to enter train. But now I think the government, they are improving in security on the road.
And what are you expecting from the security agencies, from the police, the military, all of them? What are you expecting from them?
They should put more effort for the security issue, because it's getting out of the hand. True, they are doing their best, but it's not enough.
Well, I don't know about this route. I always follow Abuja to Mina. I never followed Abuja to Kaduna. But what I've been reading on the news, I think if I'm the one, I'll go through train. It's not safe anymore.
Okay, so what do you think the government or the security agencies should do in order to make sure that these roads are safe for us to travel?
It's just to beef up the security agencies in the road. Maybe more police, more soldier men and stuff like that.
It's not safe enough. I think the government should should do something about these roads, because by the time you put the security personnel there, I think it will be better. At least from even if it is 1 kilometer, by the time they start doing that for 1, 2, 3 months, I think the place will be okay.
By God's grace, we will go. By God's grace, nothing will happen to us.
So you feel it is safe to travel?
Yes, I'm free to safe. By God's grace, God will help us.
For this express road for Subaru, no, because I work for Subaru, from here to Subaru, there's no any problem of pregnancy, army robbery, anything. I've not witnessed it, but the only witness accident down this morning that happened in Subaru here. Today, that is today.
Okay, from Subaru now to Kaduna, the passengers, they complain on the driver. How the road be now?
Formerly, then they complain that there is pregnant and then they pregnant them very well for road. Even some of our customers said they don't even really come again because of the pregnanters. But now I see it for Facebook. They said they have arrested about 93 pregnanters. But we pray it should be continue going like that so that we can get safety in Nigeria. Our government are trying. May God Almighty God keep on guarding them, because they are also human beings. They are not wish. They are human beings. May God keep on guarding the police and soldiers and everybody, including you people. But I tell Buhari say we are hungry. Hungry days to
the road is safe if you are traveling. We always advise passengers to board vehicle from the park. Yeah, don't stand along the road because you are looking for 5 naira, 10 naira difference and you run into trouble. So that is always our advice. So that is one of the security measures. Number 2, if you are traveling, be careful the kind of people you tell you are traveling, because some people know about how much you are carrying on your body and they track you down to the road and they take it away from you. You understand? That is another measure. You must take care of those you talk to when you are traveling, and always board a vehicle from a park. That is the advice. So the safety of the road, it's not that safe. It's not safe. The roads are bad, and kidnappers and all that, they take advantage of the potholes and where the roads are not very good, where traffic is very slow. So they take advantage of those things and they kidnap people. So we are always we are begging the government to see how they can improve our roads. If the roads are good, you don't brake on the road and you don't catch somebody from a moving vehicle. It's not possible. And number 2, you should have like checkpoints in about, let's say every 5 kilometers you have a checkpoint. That will go a long way in helping our highways. I think that's all. Our security agencies are trying, but it's not enough. They must do more. It's not enough. They put a lot of securities around the politicians, around the big man. They leave the masses on the road suffering. When you have one man, you have 10 securities guiding only one man, 20 securities guiding on one man. And you have like Zuba, for instance, you have over 500, let's say you have over 5,000 people living in Zuba. And you have one police station with maybe 10, 15 police security men on duty. And once there's a problem, how do you tackle it? So that's the problem. They must remove those people around the politicians and see how they deploy them to our highways. It will go a long way in helping us.
Well, I don't feel any safe. And in fact, from the garage itself, there is so much boringness. Yes. They only care about the load they used to pack, but they didn't care about anybody. So that's what I have to say.
So what do you think about the kidnapping going on the road?
Well, it's too much. But let me say now, for now, the thing is less now. So we thank God.
So what will you have to say about the security agencies? What do you think they should do to make sure that the road is safe?
Well, what they should do is to arrange the checking points proper. Everywhere they know the road is dangerous, they should mount their checking points there, so that everything will go fine.
I mean, this road is too bad. Whenever some people, they have to be there like this gathered, so that people can be crossing towards the other side. That is the only thing, because the accident that is happening here is too much. If they can build that thing, it will be okay.
So what would you say about the kidnapping going on Kaduna Express Road here?
My sister, the thing is very, very bad, and what we are hearing, we don't expect it in this region that we are. That is the only thing.
So what do you think the government should do? The security?
What I'm saying that the government should be try and put more effort in this security, so that security can be tight, so that everything will be okay in this Nigeria.
My brother, as you can see, the load is not good. It's very bad. You know, the load that you will spend 5 hours, you will spend 10 hours journey because there is no load. It's unfair. Please, I'm begging of government to help us and work the load. If they can do it, we will be very, very grateful on them, because as you can see, we are suffering in Nigeria, and this somehow we are suffering. Our suffering is too much. So I'm begging government, even though they don't have any other thing to provide, our load is good, so that they will help us and do it. That is the only thing that I have to say.
What would you have to say about the kidnapping, the security aspect of the road?
As you can see now, the security is not tight. I can't just lie. We are all matured. You can just say the truth. I don't see any security in Nigeria. Rather, we keep on be suffering. So our suffering is too much. So as you can see, there is no anything. They are not fighting against anything.
It's very, very poor, because I've been hearing of kidnapping and all that, and a lot of accidents. So the security aspect is very poor.
So what do you think, or what would you have to say to the security agencies and the government as a whole?
They should look for a measure to reduce the rate of insecurity, and again the roads should be repaired at least, so that it will reduce the rate of accidents.
The situation of this Kaduna-Abuja road is too bad. As you can see, the issues of these kidnappings and the cars clashings, always. I'm just now coming from Kaduna. Many cars have accident on the road, in the sense of in the course of these road repairings they are doing on the road. So it is too bad. So the government should put more effort to help the security agencies, because the security agencies, what need to my own view, they are not being equipped with the weapons and the things that they need. That is what caused all these issues. So how can you are hungry, and how can you protect lives and properties of somebody? You cannot protect him. So this is all what I think will be the solutions, inshallah.
Honestly, the road is not safe. It's only God that is even saving us, because honestly, if you are not, as in, if you don't know about the road, I don't advise anybody, a strange person, to follow that road, because it's very dangerous, especially for new people. Like people like us, we know how to maneuver, because that place, to be frank with you, is a very dangerous place to apply. Especially that Jeri. After that Jeri, there is a place they call Rihanna. That place, I think the government should do something, because that place is in fact, I will call it hellfire self, because I know a lot of people that have witnessed a lot of dangerous things there.
When you talk of dangerous, what kind of dangerous is it?
Kidnapping, they kill people like fowl. In fact, there was a day I carried somebody, was telling me what he went through at that place. He said they kidnapped him almost 2 weeks. So the man, he said that they even collected about 500,000 from him before they could release him. He said a lot of people there were even there, about 40 people. They were there. So that in fact he's going home now to do Thanksgiving. So honestly, even me, I know that a lot of things are happening there, but there's nothing we can do.
What will you say about our security agencies?
Honestly, they are not trying. To be frank with you, they are not trying because according to the man, what the man told me that very day, he said that they kidnapped them, almost 40 people, and there is no any news concerning them. He said that there is a woman there, said they rape her almost every day. So the day the man was telling me everything, I feel like shedding tears for this country.
So from your own view, what do you think? Do you think our governments are not trying from your own view, not what people are saying to you?
Well, they are trying, but they need to put more effort. I cannot say they are not trying. They are trying because I'm not a security officer. They are trying, but they need to work harder so that people will see that they are trying. My advice is that they should be proactive. You understand? They should react more. So they should not be playing politics. They will just cause a checkpoint, use the avenue to collect money. They should do the real job. You see, all those are security, they try, but if a policeman want to do his job, they know how to do it. They should just do it, so that those people, because I believe a lot of people, they will still be at that camp now. The man told me that place is like camp, so they should just do something so that they will save people's life.
Possible, Wallah is very dangerous. Kidnapper at the top was too much. Day and night, our driver cannot travel. Most of our drivers, they cannot travel because of kidnappers. So we need government to do something, police, so that our life will be safe. About 1 week ago, one of our drivers was kidnapped and is nowhere to be found. The only fund is people that they should bring 5 million. And even himself, they can't see 50,000 in his account. Please, they should do something for us.
Welcome back from that report. We've heard from the horse's mouth that the Kaduna-Zuba Expressway, well, it is better off than what we've been hearing, we've been experiencing in time past. But then we'll still have we're still asking the security agencies to still put in more effort. Though they are trying their best, they are really doing trying their best, so to say. But please, more effort should be put in to make sure that people applying the roads feel safe. And I think because of this, the security issue on this road, a lot of people have started using the train instead of the road.
The truth is that our train system, our railway system, is becoming very popular now. People feel more safe going by the train, by the trains, and I think it's a good one. It's a good one. If not for the insecurity on the roads, the train system wouldn't be that popular. But we would also want to call on security agencies to ensure that they double up their efforts to ensure that our roads are safer and that so that commuters will actually fly this road without having any fear of being kidnapped or being ambushed by armed robbers.
And there's another thing is that when a vehicle is in motion, it's difficult for those people to come in. Now, one of the reasons why we are having this issue of kidnapping is because of the bad road. Because these kidnappers take the advantage of the fact that some part of the roads have potholes, and then they stand there because they know that the vehicles have to slow down. So they use that point as their means of to carry out these atrocities. So we are also calling out the Nigerian government to please look into the roads and make sure that the roads are safe for us as in general to travel. Now we spoke with a security expert in the person of Mr. Patrick Akpambu, who also threw more light on the security on the roads. So let's get to that report.
Security on our roads, on Nigerian roads, is quite worrisome as it is today. A lot of people are being kidnapped, adopted, and with threat to their lives. So it really is a cause for concern now. And like you said, that has made some people to look for alternative means of commuting. Thank God for the rails that are running in some routes, but there's so many routes that still are not manned by the rail. So what about those areas? So really, to answer you directly, yes, it's true that there have been some serious concern on security on our highways.
Okay, now, ordering on the fact that drivers and commuters, like we spoke with some persons, and they are of the view that one of the major reasons why this kidnapping and robbery take place is because of the state of the road. That there's no how a kidnapper or a robber can bring down stop a vehicle in motion, except they don't have any reason to slow down. That is when they can actually commit their mayhem. So what do you think the government can do in this regard? And is it actually true that the state of the roads in the country is also contributing to these menace?
Yes, in national security architecture, roads, it's very, very important. Sadly, in Nigeria, that has not been considered as important because if you must get people to move freely, the roads must be good. Unfortunately, the road infrastructure in Nigeria has, I don't know the state to call it because it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's dead. The current government is trying to resuscitate it, but a lot still has to be done in some areas. Yes, these men of the underworld use the bad spots to waylay people, waylay vehicles, and kidnap people into the bushes. Because if the roads are free and people are moving freely, it will be quite difficult for, it's foolhardy for any person. Because even the criminal wants his life protected, he wants his life safe, to go and block the road easily. Yes, there could be some means they could still block the roads by putting things on the road, but it will be minimized. So, yes, I agree to the fact that the state of our roads, bad roads, are helping to aggravate the insecurity on our roads.
Now, some commuters we spoke with, they have the view that the police presence on our roads are not enough. Some prescribe that we should have at least police presence in every 5 kilometers. And the question now would be, how many policemen do we have in Nigeria if we were to divide these men on the road per 5 kilometers on the vast road network we have in Nigeria? Do you think this would actually help or reduce the state of insecurity on our roads?
First and foremost, the United Nations ratio for police to per citizen is 400. Nigeria is, a lot of people have said a lot about Nigerian population. Some say we are about 210 million persons. Some have said we are about 190 million persons. And they'll calculate, when you put it side by side with the population of the manpower, the strength of the Nigerian police, which currently today stands at 370,000. It's far cry to it. So it's even less, it's even more than one policeman to about 1,000 plus per citizen. So it's not possible to have every policeman at every 5 kilometer road. It's really not possible. But we believe that if our security planners, especially the Nigerian police, work out their systems very well, and the government give the political will to support, there are a lot of other things that could be used to man those areas that people are not there. First and foremost, you know that our roads are not lit at night, and these people want to operate at dark hours and all that, so especially early evenings and all that. Then, because the shortage of manpower in terms of the police, you see that the rotation system of policemen, it's also a big problem. Recently, the IGP was saying that police should be doing 8-hourly duty, unlike what we were doing earlier, some doing 12 hours, some doing 24 hours. These people plan and use those exchange time to attack people, innocent commuters. So it's not just the question of the manpower. not having enough police to man the highway. It has to also be in terms of tactics and strategy, mapping it out properly so it can be effectively manned. There's no possibility in nearest future for us to have enough policemen that will have man our highways. It's not possible. But other strategies, other means of protecting people can be worked out.
Now, there is this issue of Nigerian police, or rather our security agencies, being reactive when it comes to crime. Now, some have said if our security agencies are more proactive, that some of these crimes could be nipped on the bud. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, seriously speaking, proactiveness is cheaper and it saves time. But unfortunately, in Nigeria, Nigerian factor, we don't believe in proactiveness. We don't believe in anything like that. We want to be reactive because we believe that is a better way to do things, but it's not the better way. Because by the time you are reacting, lives have been lost, properties have been taken away. So there is need for security agencies to be proactive. But talking about proactiveness in itself, how much is the budget for intelligence gathering of the security agencies? I will tell you, because for you to be proactive, you need to invest in your intelligence gathering, which is zero as we speak. Secondly, you need to employ the use of technology, modern technologies, in areas of possibility of CCTVs, panic alarms, and all that. But do we have enough budget to be able to cover all this? So it's easy for people to talk about security agencies being proactive, but the reality on ground is that they do not have the wherewithal in terms of the capital, in terms of the finance and the funding to be able to re-strategize, to be proactive, and that is why it comes to the issue of being reactive. But not making excuses for them. I believe that they can go to their drawing board and work out a better means of doing it.
Now, coming to my next question, funding. Now, the funding of Nigerian police and security agencies in general have been a major issue that many say is the reason for their ineffectiveness. For instance, the motivation of this men on the road. A man leaves his family and go and stand on the road and is no more well motivated. So do you think this is not a major role to play that has made them not be that effective in carrying out their constitutional responsibility, funding the Nigerian police?
Funding has always been a major problem in Nigerian police since the advent of the current democratic dispensation in the country. It has always been lack of fund, and it's been a big problem. I can remember that Security Watch Africa was one of those organizations that tried to work out which better way can the police and other security agencies be properly funded. And in line with that, we tried to work out the means of having what we call a Security Police Trust Fund, to see how we can well-meaning individual corporate bodies can contribute to a fund as an alternative or as a support to whatever the government provides for the police in area of funding. But not until few months ago, before something that has been in the pipeline behind the National Assembly for over 15 years, they just passed the bill, waiting for the final stage of it for Mr. President to assent to it so that it can become a law and to see how it can be properly done. But until then, the police and other security agencies will still be facing this issue of lack of funding. It's a big problem. It's a big problem because when you put the funds available for the Nigerian police to vis-a-vis some other country police, you'll be ashamed of what is provided for the police. Not only in terms of the welfare, in terms of the equipment for them to work, it's not there. The motivation is zero. Logistics, everything, they are lacking. Investigation tools are not provided. So they use their physical brute, they use their whatever means they can to be able to extract information from suspects. But this could have been done much better if funds are available to procure equipment that could be used.
Now finally, we are still talking on the safety of people on the road. Now, the view of
lessons now is the police keep rolling out, or security agencies keep rolling out new operation this. For now we have Operation Puff Adder. Now, what advice would you have for our security agencies that would actually help them in curbing or reducing the state of insecurity on our roads?
Yeah, first talking about the incessant operation, this operation, that, like you said, yes, it's just a matter of changing names. Most of the time, they are all the same. Before this came on board, the Operation Puff Adder came on board, there were some other operations that were initiated by the former leadership of the Nigerian police. We'll have the STS, the Special Task Force, we had the RIT, we had so many that have been handling this work. So it's just changing the name and still use the same set of people to do the work. Maybe you could say, maybe when the name is changed, there's a new motivation being given to it. Maybe that could be the only thing. But seriously speaking, I do not see the change of name or the launch of a new operation every now and then as a solution to it. The best solution that can be done is being able to re-strategize on the issues of proper policing of our highways. As it speaks now, it's terrible. It means that a lot of people are afraid to travel on the roads because of insecurity on our roads. What is the problem? You go to the Rivers State axis of the highways, yeah, even when there are presence of policemen in at some spots, there's still some kidnapping of some vehicles that are traveling. So what is the issue? The issue basically is the problem of motivation. The security agencies need to be motivated. Their men need to be motivated for them to do much better than they are doing. That is the first. I believe that Nigeria have, in terms of manpower ability, in terms of security, but the issue of motivation is a big problem.
Desperate situations, the state requires desperate solutions. As the state of insecurity in the country continues to leave doubts in the minds of Nigerians on the ability of security agencies to keep them safe, the Nigerian Police Force, under the leadership of the Acting Inspector General of Police, IGP Muhammad Abubakar Adamu, has vowed to ensure that criminals must be made to face the full wrath of the law. IGP Adamu recently directed that all police mobile squadrons must be commanded by Assistant Commissioners of Police, basically to bring experience to bear in the mobile force in effective tackling of security challenges the country is currently faced with. The police mobile force is the elite and strike force of the Nigerian police and is expected to be ready at all times to contain any form of unrest in the country. To find out the effect of IGP Adamu's initiative, Security Report Team visited 21 PMF Squadron in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The visit was timely as the crew made the total renovation of the mobile base undergoing. This general hastily is to make the base a conducive working environment for officers and men of the base, according to the 4 weeks old commander of the 21 PMF Squadron, Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Igafe Afegai.
We give credence to the IG because so many IGs have wanted to make ACs, squadron commanders, but they were unable to do it. But this IG felt it was right for squadron commanders to be Assistant Commissioner of Police, and he gave us the mantle to be here. So we're grateful to him, and he gave us the assurance that any assistance we need to make the job go smoothly, he's available 24/7. And also he also empowered us that we should make sure the responsibilities imposed in us, we should not let him down by appointing us as ACs. And as you can see, that is why most of us as squadron commander we said we're going to make an impact. And that is one of the driving force That when I took over from this place, I saw how dilapidated the place is, and I took up the mantle to make sure I make it a befitting place for us to live in, and so that we can function well. Because where you have a clean environment, you will be focused in your duties.
A tour around the base, one could imagine the dilapidated state of the base, as enormous work is ongoing to make the mobile base a reflection of the expectation of the IGP Mohammed Adamu, especially the perimeter fencing of the entire base.
When I came up, we were living in the heart of Nyanya, and as we all know, Nyanya is a volatile spot. It's one of the black spots in Abuja. And so when I came, I saw that there was no fence. There was no fence at all. And I took it myself. I said, I can't live in this kind of place where even when I'm in my house, I know that the boys that are working under me are not secured. So, and I took up the responsibility. I met some of my placed friends, and I told them this is what I'm going to do. I want the place to be fenced, to be properly secured. So that's how I started with the work. I said, first of all, before I settle down, I must make sure the place is fully secure. And that is what I'm doing.
Seeing the milestone achieved in less than a month, how motivated are the men of 21 PMF Squadron in carrying out their constitutional responsibility of safeguarding the lives and properties of Nigerians?
With the feelers I'm getting, I think even the visiting unit mobiles that I'm housing in my place, they are all willing to come and work with me because they see what I am doing. I'm taking their security the utmost priority. And that is what the IG is doing also. So see that the lives of the police officers, because if we don't secure ourselves, how do we secure others? I posted here, I think, on the 16th of April. And today, making just about 4 weeks that I've been posted here, I've done, I think with the grace of God, I've done the little I can for now. But I've met some well-meaning, able Nigerians who are my friends to come to my aid. That is why one of them donated a generator for me and also gave me 500 blocks, which I'm using to do the soakaway and making things moving for the base.
With the remodeling of the mobile base and the men working in a better atmosphere, it is expected that officers and men in the base will be more motivated to give their best to ensure the safety and well-being of citizens. Shirley Daniels, Security Report, Abuja.
Welcome back from that interview with Mr. Patrick Agbambu. We believe by now you are more educated on the security happenings in Nigeria, especially on our highways and other security issues that we had to discuss with him pertaining to the safety and security of Nigerians. Moving ahead, we visited the Nigerian Mobile Force, talking about the 21 Squadron in Nyanya, in Abuja, the FCT. The IG recently directed that all commanders of the mobile squadron must be from the rank of ACPs. And we didn't know the rationale behind this, but from our visit to Nyanya, we observed some of the creativity and innovations that have been put into the Nigerian Mobile Force using the 21 Battalion as a case study. Let's get you that interview now. Welcome back from that report. We must say kudos to the commander, 21 Squadron Battalion of the Nigerian Mobile Force in Nyanya, Abuja. He has done well to ensure that his men actually have a conducive environment to do their work, and I'm sure it will also speak in their turnout in ensuring safety of lives and properties of Nigerians. At the same time also, we must congratulate the IGP for this laudable initiative.
Yeah, NS, I've always said that when you want to get the best out of your men, you should always make sure that you give them a good working environment, to make sure, because the state of that squadron is not really a good one. At least you were there, you saw it for yourself. So I have to say kudos to the commander for putting up a very good job there.
Yeah. Now, we must go for other programs to continue. But before we leave, we must make a reminder on what we spoke on last week on the need for Nigerians and Nigerian government to look into the issue of dismissed police officers and dismissed military men. They are actually one of the problems we have in the country today. These men have been armed, they have been trained to carry guns and do whatsoever. Now they have been dismissed and they are out there in society committing havoc. The government must do something about it.
We are actually calling for reforms, not just to leave them that way. Like, and the thing is, no matter what the government does or do in order to help these people, if one does not help him or herself, it will be difficult. You can actually drag a horse to a stream, but you can't force that horse to take water. It is what you as an individual choose to do that is what matters a lot. But, we would always advise that you should always make sure you follow the path of goodness, the path of righteousness. That is, so it will actually help, Ernest. It will actually help.
Well, we must say also too that in as much as we know that this is an individuality, the government should try to reform those people, reorientate them, bring them back to the normalcy of the society where they are now, not leaving them like that because they have no job. And all they know how to do is to use guns. And that's what they are using. We must do something about this and ensure the safety of Nigerians.
Samuel Christe.
Why are you here?
I'm here because of robbery case.
Because of what?
Robbery case.
So what kind of robbery do you involve in?
I went and robbed a filling station.
So how did it happen? How do you do it?
I was caught with AK. I went to filling station and I robbed, and when I was coming, I was caught in the checkpoint by police.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm an ex-soldier.
An ex-soldier?
Yes.
Why were you dismissed?
I was dismissed for tactical withdrawal in Maiduguri.
What do you mean by tactical withdrawal? What does it mean?
The fight overpowered us. So they court martial us 2015 and dismissed almost 3,000 of us.
Okay, when you were dismissed, so there was nothing for you to do again or what?
No, sir.
Now, how long have you been into this kind of crime?
This is my first time of doing it.
Your first time?
Of robbery.
First time?
Yes, sir.
First time. You still have your professional statement, remember? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Is it first time?
Yes, sir. I robbed filling station. Yes, sir.
Well, have you apart from that filling station, where else have you robbed?
No, I've not robbing.
The one at Kaduna.
Which one in Kaduna, sir? Okay, the cars. I collected cars and I sold them in Kaduna.
Okay.
I remember what my guy is talking about now.
What's talking about?
He's talking about the cars I sold in Kaduna.
Now, where is the victim? Is he still alive?
Yes, sir.
The victim is still alive?
Yes, sir, he's still alive.
The victim is still alive?
Yes, sir, by God's grace. Because I fired the victim in the hand. In the hand.
In the hand?
Yes, sir.
And the victim did not die?
No, ma.
What of the ATM robbery?
Yes, sir.
ATM robbery?
Yes, sir, I did it at Guarumpa.
So
you know what have you been involved in?
Okay.
After you were dismissed 2015.
Yes, sir.
So from that time till now, how many crimes have you been involved in?
2 crimes, ATM and car snatching.
Tell us how you did them.
Should I remind you again? Sorry, my brother.
You said you were dismissed from the army in 2015.
Yes, sir.
So tell us how many crimes have you been involved in since then till now?
Okay, from then.
Narrate to us what happened, how you did it.
Yes, sir. Though the weapon is not mine, it's one ex-soldier that brought the weapon for me.
An ex-soldier?
Yes, sir.
Explain to us, how did you do it?
So I went to a filling station and I robbed there with one of my colleagues, 2 of my colleagues, but one escaped, but one is here. So 3 filling stations, AA, Rano, Shema, and I've forgotten the other one name.
What else have you done again?
Then I snatched a car, vehicles.
How many vehicles so far?
3.
From where and where?
From at Guarumpa,
and
Jabi.
And
no, that's the only places.
Jabi and Guarumpa.
Yes,
ma'am. Now, how many ATMs have you robbed?
I robbed 3 ATM.
Which bank?
How do you do it?
Zenith and Fence. After somebody will draw money, we will follow him and double cross him and collect the money.
In Abuja here?
Yes, sir.
So how much have you displaced people of their money? How many times? And how much?
The first one is 50,000 naira. The second one is 40, and the third one is 30. It depends on.
Why you're doing all these things? Do you go with your like with a camouflage, or you go on normal mufti?
No, on normal mufti.
So you just shoot them with gun and they give you what they have?
No, I don't shoot.
What do you now use to?
I just use the gun to threaten them, but I don't shoot.
So in all this your robbery, and how many people have you killed so far?
No, I've not killed anybody.
But you told us that you shot somebody.
I shot somebody that snatched one of his car in the hand, but I've not killed him.
The person is still alive.
Your name again?
Yes, ma. Sunday Christopher.
You are who?
Sunday Christopher.
You are who?
Sunday Christopher.
In the army, so you are who?
Okay, I'm an ex-soldier. I'm a corporal. I'm a dismissed corporal.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Adamawa State.
Let's look at this man. And this is the syndicate. So young man, can we? So guys, what's your name, please?
My name is Jibril Umar.
So what do you do for a living?
I'm a tailor and I'm also a student.
Okay, so how are you involved in this crime you have been accused of?
I met a friend and he introduced me to Sunday Christopher. So I went to 2 robberies with them. That's filling station. That's the only thing I did with them. 2 filling stations.
So how much did you rob from the police stations?
Yeah, the money was all accumulated together, but I was giving up my own share too.
How much are you giving?
The first, it was two consecutive times on 3 filling stations. The first ones I was giving 32,000 naira, and the second one was 17,000 naira. That's in total.
Do you have any regrets?
Yes.
What are your regrets?
Yeah, my regrets are, for me, that I've never done this before and I was involved. I know I've disappointed people a lot, my family, my friends, and even my co-students. So I know I've done a bad thing, but I believe I'm a changed person now.
Why are you here? What did you do? What crime did you commit?
Okay, I'm here because of issue of cultists and robbery. We were fighting in one because of somebody. So that process, we went to look for the person in one beer parlor. We did not see the person. With anger, we started to break bottles there, collecting people's phone. That is how it happens.
Is it a one-off thing, or that is what you do for a living?
No, it's not. That is one often.
That's the only time you've done it?
Yes.
You've been doing it before?
No, yes.
And in the midst of this,
So how much did you make that day?
We only took phones. We did not take money.
And did you wound anybody? Did you injure anybody?
No.
So how much did you sell the phone?
We did not sell the phone. The phone is the people that we sell the phone to, like some were recovered back.
How much did you sell the phone?
The ones that they did not, that was not recovered.
How much did you sell?
As for me, I did not sell my own, but my colleague sold his own, and they went to collect the phone back.
The one you took, where is the phone?
I gave it to the vigilante that caught me. He collected all.
Okay, what can I do for Underhouse Zone 4 Bridge?
I'm doing for organizer for Arab, but my friends, some that doing Babambola, I will come in their place, come and stay with them sometimes. As they go and rob people for Auto Bridge, me, I didn't know they do like something of there. Now come like they hold me, they can't hold them with iron. They can't carry me, come with them. They say me too are inside. This is my first time. I never done before.
Me, I know they go on that bridge. They go work for the Wuse Zone 4.
So why they can't carry you come here?
I was sleeping. This one bring them come. He brings us call from my side. So when I would be sleeping till they worry me that time. I was sleeping. I just get them. I just see say start to run. people start to the run. So when I get up like that, I want to run. I go see people who already hold me. I say I go relax myself. I not even talk anything again. From there, they ask me, I do something before. I say yes, I'm a guardian, but why I do something? They don't take me with they don't hold me with anything. They ask me say these guys all say would they do something? Would they collect from people phone? Are they a gardener before? So yes, say would they collect people phone? I say yes, I don't collect them. I no go lie, true to God, I don't collect them before. But I don't about getting 4 times. I no go lie. That is, I don't stop it since. So I don't start. I getting 3 months or 4 months. I just came back from house. I don't even get 1 naira. I just stand my teeth they pay me. I didn't sleep that day. Around 2 o'clock, getting 2 o'clock where them come there.
If we carry you in the motor, as if this is my friend, he's a driver. When you enter our motor, we'll hold you and collect your phone and your ATM. And that day was the first day we did it, me and him.
How many people have done this kind of thing?
That was the first day.
The very first
That was the first
So
day.
what's come push you? Why did you do it? Why did you choose this as a line of business?
To me, I don't want to. I would say it's a devil work to me because we have a work that we are doing, me and him. I do screening and painting. He's a remedial roofing. So it was one of our friends that called us one day to look for a car that is a work that we will do. I said, what kind of work is that? They said, if we bring the car, we explain where. So when we bring the motor now, all of us now entered. He said, let's go to town. So we enter town. So he tell this one, if you see anybody that a girl that is standing nearby, then he park and ask the person where he's going. So when the girl enter the motor, then I will now hold the person. And him himself will be interrogating the person to bring the phone and everything finish.
So the very first day when I do this business, when I wound anybody or not kill
No,
anybody?
no, we don't hold gun, no hold knife, nothing. Just hold you finish.
So what can I collect for the person hand?
Now the phone and then ATM finish.
I no collect her money.
They will collect money.
How much?
Now 5,000.
I'm here because of the crime I commit.
Which crime?
I'm a driver to those guys. So I used to drive them. When you get to where we see passenger to carry, we carry the passenger. When you get to, they now hold them and collect everything from them. That is what we used to do.
How many people around do that?
That is the first day when you do the work.
So what made you go into this kind of business?
No, it's work of devil, sha. You know, I have work when I do.
I met one Alhaji Ahmed Sanusi who said he had opportunities for employment for Nigerian immigration, prison service and fire service. So through that I contacted some other people who paid some money to him. Some paid 200, some paid 150 to the man. On the day of the documentation, he said we should add extra money to him. I should pay extra 400,000, which was last month. So later we started putting through. He now pushed us another man called Maman. Later their numbers were not connecting again. I, being the middleman, I not be able to locate Alhaji Ahmed again. I was arrested.
Before now, what do you do?
I just do ministry. I'm an evangelist.
Which church?
Spirit Embassy.
Na PS issue. I dey work for NNPC. I'm a fire attendant.
Okay.
So one of our
Please, can you
customers,
look at the camera?
our customer, they used to come. Those people used to come buy fuel for our hand. So we know them. They normally come buy fuel 10,000, 5,000. So that 50 days. So they just come. They say I should fill the tank. We fill the tank. It was 12,000 something. So the man now told me that I wanted to travel that day to Dubai. That I needed some cash of 100,000. So which I did, not knowing that the card that the guy brought was stolen card. So far he's put the ATM card into the machine, put the pin, and he approved. So I don't even know that it was stolen ATM card. That's what brought me here.
And you?
What
is your name?
My name is Mary.
Mary, what you carry from here?
What brought me here is because of his POS issue. And that POS issue, I was not the one that gave the guys the money. I gave it to my colleague, not them. I don't know those guys. It's only my colleague that demanded for money, that should give him some money that he want to give it to manager. So I gave him the money. I don't know how come about it, because I don't know who you gave the money to. I work in Kuba NNPC.
We must go at this point. I remain yours and only, Ernest Enuneku.
And I, Shirley Daniels.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.